Hi guys, it's me Gokulnath here. So guys, today we're going to see zeroth law of thermodynamics. So what does this mean by zeroth law and what does this zeroth law says? So guys, before moving on to this zeroth law, you guys should know what does the term thermal equilibrium mean. Because guys, this zeroth law of thermodynamics is stated in terms of thermal equilibrium only. Its definition is stated in terms of thermal equilibrium only. Then of course it shows that you should know thermal equilibrium and then only you can master in zeroth law. Okay. So let us see what is thermal equilibrium. So let me say there are two bodies. Let me say there are two bodies such that they are kept in contact. I am saying that there are two bodies such that they are kept in contact. Now, if no transfer of heat takes place from one body to another, then you would say that those two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. Very simple, right? I am saying that there are two bodies which are kept in contact, and if no transfer of heat takes place from one body to another, then you would say that those two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. So what you can conclude is two bodies are said to be in thermal equilibrium if no transfer of heat takes place when they are placed in contact. So this is what we mean by thermal equilibrium, and actually you can say that those two bodies are in same temperature. If those two bodies are in same temperature only, no heat is transferred. No heat is transferred. Why? Because both the bodies have same temperature, and this is something your thermal equilibrium. This is something you guys need to know about thermal equilibrium. Now let us see your zeroth law, because now we are arrayed to know that what does this term thermal equilibrium mean. After that you can learn zeroth law, or you can master it after learning thermal equilibrium. So guys, what does your zeroth law say? It's a very simple law, guys. It's not a very big statement or it's very tough one or many formulas. Definitely not. It's a very simple statement. So if there are two bodies like your A and B are in thermal equilibrium. I am saying that these two bodies are in thermal equilibrium. That means no transfer of heat is taking place. If no transfer of heat takes place, even though they are kept in contact, and that is something we mean by thermal equilibrium, right? So if these, I am saying object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium, and also object A and object C are also in thermal equilibrium. I am saying like that. Object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium, and also your object A and object C are in thermal equilibrium. I will state here. Object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium. Object A and object C are in thermal equilibrium, and these two A's are same. These two objects, which is A, are same, and that is why both are A. And that is why both are A. So two objects like your A and B are in thermal equilibrium. Two objects like your A and C are in thermal equilibrium, and this A is common. And this A is common. So if two objects like your A and B are in thermal equilibrium, and two objects like your A and C are in thermal equilibrium, then of course your object B and object C are also in thermal equilibrium, and this is something our zeroth law states. Very simple, right? Very simple. So if object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium, object A and object C are in thermal equilibrium, then of course your B and C are also in thermal equilibrium, because this is a common part, right? A and B thermal, A and C are in thermal equilibrium. So C and B, which is B and C, are also in thermal equilibrium. So what you can conclude, if these two conditions are fulfilled, which is your object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium, and object A and object C are in thermal equilibrium, then definitely your object B and object C are in thermal equilibrium. This is what your zeroth law states. It's a very simple law, and that's all, guys. And after learning zeroth law, you guys are very exposed to learn more in thermal physics and temperatures. And after that you will have first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics, and you will be about the Carnot engines, efficiency, and those things you will be learning later chapters, but it is just the introduction. And that's all, guys. Please know what is thermal equilibrium and what does this zeroth law states. That's all guys. Thank you. Make education simple.